For 2 years. I've been calling these games longer than what anyone can anticipate. I think this is going to be one of the biggest games in NBLC history, not only because the London Lightning may be on the cusp of winning another championship, but on top of that, for the Windsor Express and the London Lightning to do battle in the championship, it means a whole lot more as we see Justin Moss and Merrick Isom set to tip off here at the WFCU Center. We're glad you're joining us here on NBLC TV on a Thursday night. Let's have some fun. And the tip is controlled by Windsor. So the Windsor Express, they have been one of the top rebounding teams in the NBLC. Will they be able to prove that once again as Justin Moss goes inside for two? Ended up with 15 points in games 2 and 3, and this looks like to be a good start for him.
Again, we've been talking about Justin Moss a lot lately, obviously because he stepped onto the team a little bit late into the season, but he's been such a rock for them. It doesn't matter exactly how many points he puts up, he's always contributing.
That three is off the mark, and Billy White comes there with the rebound. Looking for redemption after turning the ball over in the dying moments of Game 3. Justin Moss with the ball again, stripped away by Mordi. And here he comes with daylight. And it's blocked by White.
Well, you know that he's got a little bit of a personal vendetta, as you just mentioned, kind of costing the Windsor Express the game on Tuesday night. He's not only doing this for his team, you know that he's fighting a little bit for himself to redeem himself and do it for his team.
White has won 2 championships in the NBLC, one with the Hurricanes, one with the Magic. He hopes to get one more here in Windsor.
And how great has he been this postseason?
Been terrific, as the ball will stay with Windsor. We are 1 minute and 5 seconds into the contest. This is a player that averages 20 points per game, Drake, and we see him fight through adversity, through the bumps and bruises. It's only a matter of time to see what his limit could be. If you're a London fan, you're probably wondering that too. If you're a Windsor fan, you just hope he's healthy. Here's Jackson, misses the three, rebound by Moss. Spins around over Mordi and he loses control. So it's a good idea, but if London wants to take control of this game early, they really need to box out down low because they were out-rebounded by Windsor despite the victory.
And you can see to start this game, we have Justin Moss down low exactly for that reason. He's already picked up a few rebounds and had a chance to score more than just the 2 points he put up.
Game 4, here's Terry Thomas on the pull-up over Moss, and that rattles in and out. Terry had a successful game the other night. That shot doesn't go for him, and we see Latin Davis down to the corner. Gets the ball back, he's guarded by Thomas. Going with a crossover dribble, it's back to White, all alone for three, and it's no good. It looks to be a foul on Tanner Stuckman on the fallback down. And that's what you're going to get 9 times out of 10 with Tanner Stuckman. And it's noticeable enough that he's able to get the nod to start for the Express tonight.
Again, changing up that strategy just a little bit. I mean, I mentioned it last game. You can't bring the same thing to the table every game when these teams know each other so well.
Kaplan catch and shoot. That doesn't go. Tough times for the Lightning to start things off. Here's Haley, Euro step and all, and he puts it in.
And that just ties the game in.
And that brings the Lightning fans who made the trek here to a frenzy. Tie ball game. And here's Tanner Stuckman. Latin Davis trying to drive. He is flustered. Retreats it right back over to White. Bullet pass ahead to Jackson. Thought about the three, but won't get it. 5 to shoot. Billy White has no choice but to put it up. He does over Thomas, and that is short, and it's a 24-second violation as the Express turn the ball over. Great defense from the Lightning as they were able to come up right around the perimeter and shut it down.
We talked about boxing out the Windsor Express, and they did it in a bigger sense, doing it all the way to the 3-line and not letting them infiltrate into their zone.
So Jermaine Haley will bring the ball up court, a British Columbian native. Same with head coach Doug Plum. Here's Terry Thomas from the wing. It doesn't go. Kaplan all alone for the rebound. Dishes right back behind the back over to Thomas, and he can't finish. But they get another break courtesy of Justin Moss having a little bit of the butterfingers. And that's twice we've seen Justin Moss try to secure the ball, but can't put the clamps down.
On both ends, you know, again, he's there for the rebounds right now. He'll pick up the change when he can, but right now his job is just to get them boards. And again, there's a lot riding on this game, obviously, to say the least, and nerves could be getting to him.
Justin Moss averages 7 rebounds per game. Missed out on at least 2 of them. We have a stoppage of play probably to reset the shot clock, and they will do just that. 9 seconds on the 24. The inbounds pass goes right to Isom, back to Mordi. High arc 3, and that dances, and it doesn't go down. Thomas again with the rebound. Second chance for the Bolts yet again. The defending champions as Haley trying to pass to the Mordi, and it's poked right out of bounds. That's the kind of urgency the Express need to play with for the whole 48 minutes. Absolutely. If they want to force a Game 5 back in the Forest City tomorrow night.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how many times it goes out of bounds or you might miss the shot, but if you're getting more and more chances, it's just going to put you back in that situation time and time again.
Shot clock winding down. Mordi with a tough shot as he fights through everybody, but can't get that one to go. Back comes the Express, and so is Tanner Stuckman, who got blocked by Isom, and Billy White slams it home. Way to recover, Billy White. And on top of that, it will be Express ball because London turned it over. But Doug Plum is not fazed by that play at all. Still early.
Very early. And again, so many chances for both teams. We're only looking at a 4-2 game here.
Final score was 112-107 here in Game 3. Maybe he'll be on pace. Jackson fouled at the three-point line. So off to the line he goes. And even in this final series, Drake, we have seen Jamiron Jackson take control of this Windsor Express team. Keep in mind, this is a guy that dropped 30 points on Tuesday despite the loss.
This guy, I mean, he's been a gamer all year, but we're really seeing the best of him in this postseason where it really counts.
17.8 points per game, 65% free throw shooter here in these games. And Jackson misses the first free throw. And the London fans let him know, too.
Clearly, yeah. And we know that he's the NBL Canada 6th man of the year. But this postseason, he's really been stepping up, starting for his team and showing why he's really doing it.
He's been getting a whole lot of starts, indicative of that. This is his third free throw. Missed the first one, knocked down the second. And only gets one out of it, but he gets his own rebound and finds Justin Moss, who puts it up and is off the mark. Second chance for Stuckman, denied by Isom. How about a third chance? Nope, but guess who's going to the line? Justin Moss. Hard work does pay off.
Again, keep chipping away at it, and the good things will come to you. Moss getting his first chance at the line tonight.
Justin Moss, a lot of people thought that he did not play well in games 2 and 3. This is usually a guy that averages about 25 points per game, indicative of that as he misses the first free throw. Indicative of that when they played against the Sudbury 5. But his stats dropped just a little bit to 19.4 points per game. Almost ended up with the double-double as he misses both free throws. Snagged down by Mordi. This is a must-win for the Express if they want to keep their season alive. Here's Thomas, and he misses the 3. Both of these clubs frozen solid from beyond the arc. Just like the weather we had here this morning.
Crazy time of the year.
Here's Justin Moss from the key. Yes. So Justin Moss waking up just a little bit to give the Express a 5-point lead with under 8 to go.
Redeeming himself from those free throws. Aaron, we talked a little bit about this earlier, and you had mentioned his last 2 games. And I said, it doesn't really matter how many points he exactly puts up every night. He's always doing something to contribute to his team and help boost them. As you see, a little kick ball by Diego, sending this out of bounds and putting it in the Windsor Express hands.
Good break for the Express. Remember, in the early stages of this game, they had a hard time snagging down those rebounds, but now they're trying to find some way to establish the tempo. One of our keys to the game coming in to the WFCU. Here's Latin Davis, guarded by Mordi, fires away. That's short. Mike Nuga with the ball, and it's brought back by Thomas. Mordi down to the corner. Overhead pass. Here's Isom from the wing. Can't hit. It's back to Jamiron Jackson and the Windsor Express. Moss trying to drive, but gives it to Stuckman instead, who knocks down the triple. Tanner Stuckman from way downtown, and that's going to be a timeout from Coach Doug Plum. The Windsor Express are up 10-2 against the London Lightning, and this is Game 4 of the 2023 NBL Canada Finals, presented by Accountability. We'll be back after these words.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway, so you can enjoy plant-based meatballs with no compromise on taste. Try them on the Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. The new Beyond Meatballs are only at Subway.
Eight-point game for the Windsor Express. They have the lead at the moment. And Drake, we've noticed that the London Lightning have been more ambitious as a shooting from the outside. That has to be a problem. And on top of that, they got to find some way to clamp down for those rebounds.
Well, first and foremost, Aaron, we know that they can. I mean, we know that they can do that no matter what time of the game it is at. They can find a way to turn things around. And again, they're trying a different approach, just like the Windsor Express. They're doing it more defensively. The Lightning trying to be more offensive, where so far it has not been working for them. Do they go back to what they regularly do and just be more aggressive and shut things down? I mean, it could work for them, but the Windsor Express have quite the run right now.
It's a good thing that Kurt Jonkuch is in the lineup right now, because they really need to take care of those rebounds and assert their dominance right around the paint.
This is their answer. We still have for the Windsor Express the starting five on the court. London Lightning trying to change things up.
Now Jermaine Haley, he has the ball guarded by Stuckman, drives in from the right, goes for the bullet pass to Mordi, and that's a kickball. They'll stay with London, and the shot clock will reset to 14. Brief recap of the finals. All started a week ago tonight, where the Express stole one, literally stole one, courtesy of Billy White, 105-104. Interesting fact, that's how much the Express won by when they picked up that victory against London back on February 1st, their only win in the season series. Game 2, they lost 124-107, and they lost Game 3 by 5 as the Express snagged the ball right back down.
The Express yet to beat London in this building this season.
And they need to if they want to keep their season alive. Down low to Jamiron Jackson. Bullet pass into Stuckman, but he got swiped on the way down.
That was a great play, though. Beautiful pass by Jamiron Jackson to Tanner Stuckman, who was just ready for it.
So that's going to send the Express right back to the line. And we see Marcus Audie checking in for the London Lightning for the first time. Matter of fact, they will inbound the ball underneath the basket. Latin Davis will be the trigger man. Overhead pass in the Moss. In the key, driving right into the 10, and he gets it in. So once you see Justin Moss come alive, that has to boost the Windsor Express's confidence when it comes to them going right down to the basket. And loose ball on the floor is recovered by Stuckman. And Billy White with a nice spin move over Haley. Ahead of the floor, here's Jackson. He's got fouled, but he's going to the free throw line yet again for 3 free throws. London not being wise, but that's because they're a little late on their defensive assignments. And if Jamiron Jackson knocks down these free throws, that may spell trouble in the early goings here in Game 4. So Jackson back at the line, going for free throws number 4, 5, and 6 as he knocks down the first. Jackson with his second point. Already has 2 rebounds at the moment. Misses the second. Diego Kaplan set to return to the floor after these free throws or the next dead ball. And Jackson goes 1 for 3 again. He is 2 for 6 from the charity stripe tonight. Nuga down deep to Haley. Oddie rather. He misses the 3. And Moss setting the screen for Davis. And he finds Tanner Stuckman from downtown. Put her there. As ambitious as that 3 was, the Windsor Express look like they are more confident than they have been in quite some time.
Absolutely.
Pass inside to Thomas, and another loose ball on the floor. It over yet again. And the Lightning have it. They're still dancing on the floor. It's like a game of Twister, but it will stay with London with 5:04 to go. Kaplan checking in, and Nick Garth checking in for the Windsor. Nick Garth had a tough time on Tuesday. 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist from a guy that averages 12 a game.
We've seen him score 20, 30 points on any given night as well. Another guy who's a little unpredictable.
His career high, 35 points against this London Lightning team last year in the elimination game. Haley sailing to the basket, fouled by White. 14-point lead for Windsor. Just a hair under 5 minutes to go here in the first. And the fans continuing to pile in. Just saw former Express assistant coach Lexa Page prior to the game. Also see Coach Bill Jones's brother, Tony Jones, in the crowd as well. As Jermaine Haley misses the first free throw. Haley's not the one to have difficulty at the free throw line. He averages 75% here in the postseason. And he misses both. And White snags the rebound. A little bit of a 2-3 zone on the left side from the Lightning as Billy White goes in and goes for the foul. So far, Billy White only with 2 points and 3 rebounds.
Again, sometimes with him, it's the intangibles. It seems like he's put up more than that, but again, he's just been more of a presence in other senses rather than just putting up a point. So
well, if there was a stat for hustle points, you best believe he will have that.
Exactly, and the whole team is hustling for the ball right now.
Here's Garth with the ball, almost lost control, and they swing it around. Jackson on the fake, loses control, 6 to shoot, blocked by Haley. It's a block party. Oh, what a save! And here's Stuckman who puts it up and in. Count that baby in a foul. Oh, baby, what a sequence.
What a sequence indeed, Aaron. I mean, what a great play down there. I mean, an even better block by Jermaine Haley, but the Windsor Express, the tenacity that they have right now, just not backing down, doing anything they can to get that ball and keeping it alive. And who's the guy to be there on the doorstep for it? None other than Tanner Stuckman.
Well, Tanner Stuckman making good of his start here tonight. He misses the and one. It is a 16-point game, and London has no more fouls to give the rest of the quarter. But Haley takes exception to that as he puts it in.
Open up the scoring for the London Lightning for the first time in 4 minutes of play, Aaron.
Here's Garth on the catch and shoot. That's way off. Jackson the rebound and the putback. Now, we mentioned a long time ago that it's very important for the Lightning's bigs to step up. We haven't seen much activity from that as Isom sails in and gets the contact. Right on cue. The broadcaster jinx strikes yet again.
Not the first time.
Once again, plenty of broadcasters here at the WFCU Center for this crucial game. Jim Parker's right above us at the broadcast booth, the Windsor Star. Mike Cook of the morning drive over at AM 800, who did the ceremonial ball toss, enjoying his time here. And still, I wonder, when is he going to go to bed? He's got to wake up for 4 a.m. tomorrow as Isom knocks down the first free throw.
Well, he's lucky that the Windsor Express aren't in contention to win the championship tonight, or else he probably would just be rolling to work tomorrow morning.
He has a lot of explaining to do to Lisa Williams and producer Ed, I'm sure, but nonetheless, it's good to see him here, and I was able to speak with him before the game. He's excited to be here. We're back to this game as Jamiron Jackson works the ball down to the far side. Here's Latin Davis driving in from the left. He's stopped. Here's Garth, another chance at the three. That goes in and out. Billy White secures the rebound, and he'll tie it up. They'll go back to Windsor with 3:34 left. And we've seen so many 50-50 balls here in the last two games.
Yeah, I mean, more tonight than we've seen on average. But yes, a lot. Again, just that dogfight, that tenaciousness from both teams, doing everything they can to grab that ball. This is their pride and joy right now.
Team comparisons, the Express shooting 44%, London 2 of 15. That equals to 13%. You have to find some way to get a shot going before the end of this first quarter to strike some intimidation to the Express. They're being out-rebounded 16-7 right now, +9 for Windsor. Davis gets the steal from Moss. Davis in trouble, shot clock at 2, and he throws it away. He was looking for Justin Moss, but he was smothered up real bad. And the Express get another break. 14 seconds back on the clock. No, they're going to trickle it down. So when the ball went out of bounds, there had to have been about a second or two on the 24.
Still going down and down.
And they freeze it at 2. Catch and shoot opportunity coming up for the Express. Jermaine Haley will be guarding Latin Davis off the inbound. Here's a catch and shoot. Who's looking for Moss. White's going to have to put it up. He does, and he almost got it to go. So shot clock violation. This time the Lightning get the ball back. And Jason Calise checking into the game for the first time. Only a point, a rebound, and a block from game 3. Haley from the wing, and he gets that one to make it 20-9. That was their first 3 tonight as Nick Garth misses the layup. Diego Kaplan, former St. John's Edge player. Here's Haley on the pick and roll.
And the London Lightning starting to pick it up. I was going to say, even at that 16-point deficit, scary to say that is not easy work for them, but it can be done. That can be done. We've seen them do it so many times.
We've seen them do it here
just
on
last week,
Tuesday.
Last game, sorry.
Jason Calise down the far side. Bounce pass back into Garth. Inside to Moss at the key. 3 to shoot. He has to hurry up and put it. He does. Fades away over Lard and hits. And he was lucky to get that shot to go because Cameron Lard was smothering him like mushrooms on a steak. Here's Haley from outside off the mark. And Thomas, a little bit of a reach over Nick Garth to try to get the rebound. But the officials say it will stay on London's side. And that will bring Mike Nuga back in. 4th team foul for the Express. 2 more to give. London's out of fouls to give with 2:05 to go in quarter number 1. Game 4, 2023 finals on NBLC TV. Presented by Accountability. Inbounds goes into Thomas, who's guarded by Garth. Thomas bobbing and weaving his way in. Outside to Isom. They're going to have a chance for 3 free throws. And this is a guy you don't want at the free throw line, whether if it's the early stages of the game or late. He knocked down those dagger of free throws on Tuesday night to give him that 5-point victory. Eric Isom from Austin, Texas. 4th year in the NBLC, and he misses the first free throw. 7.4 points per game. And Isom has been around in the NBLC for quite some time. Played for the St. John Riptide. And then came down here to South Windsor, Ontario. Play for the Lightning. And he gets 2 of 3 from the stripe. It is now 22-13. Windsor up. 2 minutes left. Elise gets the ball. Looks like Jermaine Haley's set to come back in here. Moss tightrope the sideline, gets blocked by Lard, loses control, 6 to shoot. Back out. Here's Davis for 3. No. And London smothering Justin Moss, and they throw it away. Here's Nick Garth with Kaplan right behind him. Didn't matter.
And Nick Garth needed that. Needed that for himself, obviously for his team, but he's had a little bit of little rough nights in the field goal category.
Trying to avenge the last few games that he has had. Here's Kaplan, just past to Nuga. So Mike Nuga, one of the most talked about Canadians in the NBLC, getting his first bucket here tonight as we are under a minute to go. Davis to White, fake, Moss, the reverse.
Wow, what a beautiful pass. And he even faked me out there. I thought he was going for the shot. He thought he went for the shot. And that turned out to be a swift pass by Billy White.
Well, that balloons the lead right back to double digits. 36 seconds to go. Pass inside to Lard, and he misses the jump hook over Billy White. Nick Garth pressing. White, and it's back down to Moss. Moss kisses it off the glass, but no dice. Shot clock dead for the rest of the way. And Nuga loses control of the ball, and so did White. Oh, they're going to give the ball to Windsor.
Yeah.
It appeared from up here, folks, that Billy White was the last one to touch it. But however,
he may have, but yeah.
Remember, we're up here, they're down there. They have far better angles.
I think it was actually kicked out by Mike Nuga. So.
And believe me, I have 4 eyes, so that's hard for me to believe.
There's 8 up here, just between the 2 of us.
Final seconds here. Latin Davis in trouble. Try to give it to Moss, but can't. Garth fires it at the buzzer, and he misses it. But no matter for the Windsor Express as they take a 10-point lead into the second quarter. We're at the end of 1. And the Windsor Express has this lead. And Windsor Express playoff basketball presented by Accountability will return after these messages on NBLC TV. Second quarter time here at the WFCU Center. The Windsor Express ahead by 10 as we welcome you back to NBLC TV. Playoff coverage of Windsor Express basketball is proudly presented by Accountability. And Drake, what a start for the Windsor Express. They limited the London Lightning to 2 points until the 4-minute mark. That is seldom seen from the defending champions, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. I mean, probably the first we've seen that all year. And I mean, for the Windsor Express to do it is probably something that people would not have bet on. This is going to be quite the interesting game. We still have so much time left here. This London Lightning team is not out of it, but the Windsor Express, one heck of a start for them.
This is going to be a huge quarter for the London Lightning as they are a win away from their 6th championship in the National Basketball League of Canada. William Claiborne in for the first time. Claiborne in trouble, and Jonkuch tried to swipe the ball down, and it's going to London. So it goes back to London. 30 seconds in here to the second quarter. Aaron Sanders, Drake DeMore on behalf of the entire crew here from St. Clair College and NBLC TV. Thanks you for watching. Kaplan. It's over to Nuga. Another corner three, and it's good, as he has caught a hot streak in the opening stages here in the second quarter.
And he found his sweet spot, too. So far tonight, he's been knocking him down from that corner.
Here's Jason Calise with the ball. Little bit of rumbling. Backdoor to Claiborne. Garth saves the ball. 5 to shoot. Garth's got a move. Running jumper. It's no good. Jeremiah Mordi with the ball. Back up top to Haley. Haley. And the foul. Looks to be on Claiborne. And Tanner Stuckman set to check back in. Good first impression from him as he started the game tonight.
Consistently through that whole 12 minutes.
So he's able to check back in. This is what happens when you play well right off the hop. Especially if you're a big man too. Oh baby, that comes with a lot of opportunities and a lot of promise too. So they throw it in. Haley with the ball. Haley driving, avoids the double team, almost threw it away. Mordi with the save. 6 on the clock. Overhead pass to Nuga. Nuga over Garth, and that is short.
So Latin Davis and the Express slowing things down.
And Haley takes it away. Haley has running room, and he puts it down with the two-handed jammer. So both of these clubs have to find some way to recover. And we said this in the last game. Do not throw any opportunities away. Calise fires it right inside. So that makes it a 7-point game as we are 2 minutes in the second. Mordi trying to back down Davis. Finds Haley instead. Didn't want to shoot that. Here's Kaplan from near the elbow, and he puts it down. Now we're seeing Diego Kaplan coming alive here.
He's a great off-the-bench player. I mean, we've seen it on Tuesday night. We've seen how he can contribute to his team and come in and out so seamlessly.
Down to the near side, it's Tanner Stuckman down to the center. Here's Calise, 7 to shoot.
Calise outside. Off the mark. Stuckman almost tipped it back. And that's going to be a foul on Stuckman. To be fair, Drake, he was leaning right on his back trying to go for the rebound. We saw that on the other end of the first quarter, too.
Well, the Express need to be aware that they're not getting any grace in this game. Neither is the London Lightning. This is a championship. This is, all eyes on both teams right now, so can't really be getting away with much.
And now, London with the possession. 28-23. Windsor ahead. Mordi out. The 3 off the mark. And it's last poked by Windsor. Stays with London. We mentioned the foul situation. London almost picking up, going over the limit with about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Look at Windsor right now.
Yeah,
3 minutes gone, 3 team fouls.
And the London Lightning have yet to receive one.
Well, can you say turnabout is fair play? At sometimes, but Windsor a little too aggressive. Saw that from Tanner Stuckman in the last possession, trying to get that rebound. And it's costing them right now. Kaplan catch and shoot. That's good.
Wow.
And it's now a 2-point game.
Just like that. Still early into the second quarter.
Whistle on the play. Billy White conferring with one of the officials. Sorry, folks, I didn't see what happened here.
No, me neither. Jason Calise was down in the corner here. He and Billy White discussing what may have happened, but
in the event of anything, Ja'Kai Taylor was ready to check in. He hopped right off of that bench.
you know he's eager to get out there.
He only had 2 minutes yet to score here in the playoffs. Remember, he was reactivated from the injured list on Tuesday after going through back issues since April 21st. His first crack at an NBLC championship, the former G Leaguer. So now the officials will confer here. We can't speculate as to what happened here because, to be honest with you, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But with 8:44 left to go, London really surging. And remember, they were down by as much as 14. And remember, they came back from as much as that to get that Game 3 win. And the ball is back in the play. Windsor ball down to the front court.
But Aaron, the Windsor Express just have the rest of the game to do exactly what they did in the first. Just have to get there again, and that could be their game. If not, the London Lightning look like they're on their way back.
They have to be consistent. Whistle. Free throws coming up for the Express.
Well, we talked about consistency, and for both teams, it is going to be key, to say the least.
So Billy White at the line. Set for a 2. And White misses the first one. He's had difficulties from the free throw line in the postseason. Regular season, golden.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, right? I mean, the postseason is a whole new season. We're seeing some differences out of every player, and we're seeing some good and some different changes that we've never seen before.
So he splits a pair of free throws. This is a player that averages around the mid-80s from the charity stripe. That has been knocked down to 77.4 since the playoffs began. 3-point game, Windsor. Jermaine Haley trying to back down Jamiron Jackson. He does, misses it, gets the second chance opportunity to go, and it's back to a 1-point game. Jackson trying to cut through Mordi. Wasn't given any space there. 4 minutes have gone by. Davis gets it in. A little bit of a mambo there with the ball, but was able to fall back down. It's 31-28. Still a one-possession game. Game 4, NBL Canada Finals. Kaplan outside and ties it up at 31. I have a feeling this could be the guy that could get the London Lightning right back into it and could lead them to another championship. But we have a little tangle up between Moss and Haley. It's going to go against Moss. Offensive foul, Windsor. So the Lightning looking to get their first lead tonight. And Windsor's going to take a timeout, and rightfully so, as they may be finding themselves into a hole here in the second quarter. Back in a moment.
I got a trick to liven up your lunch break. Leave that food at home and just come to Subway.
What you need, Subway ready, Beyond Meatball wraps, plain seasoned turkey, steak, chicken, grilling in this great kitchen.
Okay, Subway ain't no ordinary wraps.
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Plant-based Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway. Try them on the mouth-watering Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. Beyond Meatballs, only at Subway.
London with the ball and a chance to go ahead for the first time here in game 4. Knotted up at 31, 7:22 to go here in the first quarter. Mike Nuga will throw it in. And Diego Kaplan's on the floor. He knocked down a big-time 3 before the timeout to tie things up for the London Lightning. Backdoor cut. That's going to be a foul on Jason Calise. Should be pointed out too, Drake, Jason Calise has played more aggressively in the playoffs. We've seen him pick up a technical foul in game 2 and whatnot.
Yeah, 100%. That is something to notice and to note for sure. But especially tonight, you can see him. This whole team, especially at the beginning. But now it looks like the London Lightning have started to turn the tide. I mean, tied at 31, it's still anyone's game.
Haley looking to put the Lightning ahead. Down deep to Isom. White with the foul, and Isom knocks it down. 3-point play coming up, and London gets the lead. That's number 2 for Billy White as Isom goes to the line. Isom with 7 points now, and it's a 3-point game. Windsor with one more foul to give. The Lightning have 5. Jackson for 3. And that knocks things right back up at 34. Mordi trying to back down Jackson. Fakes once, fires away over his outstretched arm, and counted again. Jeremiah Mordi gets the outstretched arm from Jamiron Jackson. Hoop, harm, and 1.
And already in the bonus situation, Aaron. Halfway through this quarter, not even.
And when we see these kind of situations for the Windsor Express, we see them play with a little less intensity. This is not the time to do that. You have to find some way to get back into this ball game. They're down by 2, looking to make it 3. And Mordi just does just that. 37-34 Windsor. And Marcus Audie checking back in for the Bolts. So on the floor for the Bolts, Kaplan, Haley, Audie, Isom, and Nuga. For Windsor, it's Davis, Moss, Calise, White, and Jackson. And Haley almost took it away, and it's back over to White. Another chance for Windsor, and Calise hits the deck. Earlier we mentioned how effective Tanner Stuckman was in the first quarter. Now somebody has to take the reins and try to get Windsor right back into this ball game.
Be that presence. And the thing with Tanner Stuckman is not only was he that presence, he was knocking down great numbers as well. Grabbing those great boards too. Another versatile player for this Windsor Express.
White goes for the tie. Can't get that one to go. Loose ball on the floor, and they fight for it yet again. And Nuga is able to pick it up. Kaplan over Calise. That's short. I think he used a little too much firepower to keep himself in bounds.
So all the little things to be cautious of, especially in that zone right there, that area.
Darting pass over to Billy White. Jackson over Nuga, and he gets it in his face.
Quick release by Jamiron Jackson ties the game, 37 apiece.
Was he ever lucky to get that one to go?
Indeed, that was a tough shot to pull off.
Haley holds on to the ball, and it's over to Isom. That one doesn't go.
Oh, my.
And the Express did not save it. Good hustle from Jamiron Jackson, despite it all.
Absolutely, but that's a mistake that the Express can't make. We got 3 guys on the ball, and it ends up in the hands of their opponent.
Would have been a highlight play. So the Lightning with the ball once again. They only have 2 fouls in this quarter. And it's right ahead to Isom. So Marek Isom becoming a threat for the Express. He was definitely a threat on Tuesday, knocking down those free throws to seal the deal. Shovel pass to Davis. Davis trying to grapevine through the London defense. Jackson over Kaplan, and he gets it again. Wow. He what the kids call have that dog in him, I guess.
Yeah, to get the x-rays. Get the x-rays done. Oh, wow, this could be the shootout that we seem to see every game.
There
as
you
they
go.
back and forth, back and forth.
As Justin Prince once said years ago, this is turning to be a NASCAR-style offense for both of these clubs here tonight. Billy White on the drive, over to Calise. Can't get it. Moss down low with the rebound and draws the foul. So with 4:15 to go, we see Jeremiah Mordi and Kurt Jonkic check in, and this is following the timeout. We'll take one here as the London Lightning lead by 2 here in Game 4. Back in Windsor as the London Lightning have a 2-point lead over the Express. Kurt Jonkic and Lance Adams have checked in for the London Lightning. And the Express get the ball. White down low to Moss. That's going to be a tough assignment, and they throw it away. Here's Jeremiah Mordi on the run back. Adams right away, and it works. From the bench and on the board. He gets that one down, and it's a 5-point Lightning lead.
Definitely having himself a night.
Jackson almost had it to go. That would have been his third 3, but he was contested, no doubt about that. Haley, kickball. They don't call it. We play on. Adams looking for an opening, and Moss almost took it away. Not a backcourt violation since Moss swiped it away. And we have a whistle. Let's see what this one is about. It can't be about a backcourt violation because remember, if Moss didn't touch it and the Lightning would have went backcourt, they would have called that. Doug Plum trying to get an explanation here, I do believe. And Michael Provenzano coming to Doug Plum's aid here. The question is, will it stay with London? 3:26 to go. Maybe there was some action as both clubs were trying to tightrope the baseline, or the sideline rather, near the scores table. Find out whether it was out of bounds on Windsor or London. Looks like Lightning will retain the possession. Thomas can't get it. Terry Thomas was one of the main players of the game on Tuesday. Has to get into a scoring groove as Davis shot is short. Calise from inside got it to go.
Great catch and release by Jason Calise there, just in the right time. Great spot at the right time.
Calise's good 3. Knocks it down to a 2-point game. Haley with a mismatch on Davis. We've seen plenty of that a couple of nights ago. And it works out in his favor off the jump hook. Not a lot of coverage down in the paint. And it worked out for Haley's favor. They faked on the three. Here's Khalees, back to Davis. 2:30 and counting. White all alone for the throwdown. And you've seen that coming as he tightrope the baseline.
We did. The London Lightning did not. He snuck in there all alone. Right over everyone.
Mordi
looking for a long one.
That would have counted as a long two, I believe. I think
so.
his foot barely grazed the line. But nonetheless, the Express get the ball back. 2 minutes to go as Jackson brings it to the far side. He's guarded by Mordi. Gets the seal from Moss. Fires it from in the key. Got it. And we're tied at 47. .150 and counting. Haley Jr. stopped in his tracks. It's back to Thomas. One of the longtime veterans in NBLC. Haley steps back, goes for the three. That is short, and it's going to stay with London. They will reset the shot clock. 90 seconds left until halftime. We got our halftime report coming up. Talk about what we've witnessed here in the first half. Oh, what a backdoor feed inside to Cameron Lard. And the Express fell asleep this time on the assignment. Moss all alone, count it, and the foul. Cameron Lard tried to challenge Justin Moss, but he was too late as he stepped right in front of Moss on his way to the basket.
If you're challenging big Justin Moss, you cannot be late to the front. You know it's going to be a battle. You know it's going to be a party for him, too.
Justin Moss looking for redemption the way things started out for him in this championship final. He'd never been in the NBLC final, and he played for tough Orangeville A's teams in his time, especially with the KW Titans. He completes the three-point play. So the Express back up ahead for the time being as they look to keep their season alive and force a Game 5. They have staved off elimination before. The three doesn't go for Kaplan, and he steps on the line. Better still, he traveled. Remember, the Express are over the limit. The Lightning have 2 fouls to give. Commissioner Audley Stevenson's in the house, and so is the championship trophy. We have yet to see it in public. Will it be out by the end of tonight? We will find out. Plenty of game to go as Latin Davis steps into the key. Shot clock winding down. Jackson misses it. And he was so confident that that three would go.
That was a deep one, too.
So they have a 1-point lead. Ball is poked, and Haley saves it. And he gets the ball back off the back door. It goes, and the foul. That was not a good sequence for the Windsor Express as Haley found himself in a good situation to cut right into the back door. And now he has a chance to go for the and one. Haley's good on that one. There's a 2-point lead for the Lightning once again, and we hear the fans from the Forest City coming alive in this cutthroat game. Must win for Windsor with 20 seconds to go. Moss on the drive, and he's denied by Lard. London ball.
Justin Moss got his hands on the ball, but he was already out of bounds, setting it to his opponents, the London Lightning.
A crying shame, too, because he thought he had an open shot.
Yeah.
But he was met by Lard. And Windsor's going to take a timeout. 16.2 seconds to go here in the first half. And Drake, we have seen a 14-point lead evaporate from the Windsor Express, and now the London Lightning are ahead by 2. Like, what happened to the Windsor Express?
That's a good question, but Aaron, it's not only just it's not necessarily all on one side of the court. The London Lightning, we've seen them do this time and time again before for many years and for this season as well. I mean, never count them out. Never count them out. But the Windsor Express should know that. They know that there's still another 44 minutes of play following this 16 seconds where they're still in it. We've seen them make a quick run back here, get the lead back slightly, but now it's a little back and forth battle.
And that has been the case since the second quarter. Remember, one of Windsor's vices, not playing a full game, the consistency, a little bit of a lack thereof. And we saw that in the third quarter a couple of nights ago. They were outscored 35-18 after being up by 4 at the break. They find themselves down 2 with 16 seconds to go. So it's a matter of time for them to get right back into this game. It has been close for a while now. So London with the ball as Haley rolls it down. Nuga will let it pass the timeline. Smart move. Down to 14 seconds. Here's Haley Jr. back to Nuga. 9 to go. Nuga almost had it taken away. Nuga over Davis. No good. Calise with 1 second to go. And too much time as the first half comes to a close, and the London Lightning have a very, very close lead as we head into the break. 52-50 is the score. Drake and I will be back with the NBLC TV halftime in just a moment. You're watching Windsor Express Playoff Basketball, the 2023 Finals on NBLC TV. Quickly joined for a few minutes by the commissioner of the NBLC, Audley Stevenson. Audley, thank you again for joining us. It has been a dramatic series, to say the least, honestly, but your thoughts on how you think the season and the series have been over the last few weeks?
Well, first and foremost, it's always a pleasure to be here in the booth. It's been a game. I mean, we saw a 22 start by the Windsor Express, and the reality is this is a do-or-die game. They all know that. Everyone in the building knows that. So, the start they had is what I would expect. London being, the championship caliber team that they are, battled back to make it a 2-point game at the half. And so, you look at this rivalry over the course of the history of this league. These are two of the most storied franchises. They've got combined 9 championships between the two, 8 championships rather, between the two squads. And, they want to close this year on a solid note. So.
Well, it took them 98 visits for them to meet at the championship as Jamyron Jackson knocks down the triple. It gives them a 53-52 lead. But I think we'd be remiss if I think you said it too, one of the longest rivalries in the history of the NBLC. There's no doubt about it as Jermaine Haley goes inside for 2. But what better way to cap off this season than the rivalry of this? I think when it comes to these two teams, first off for Windsor, a tale of 2 seasons. In the regular season, they suffered, but in the postseason, they have been dominant as Justin Moss gets whacked for the foul. But the London Lightning, even though they had a rough start, they ended up at top, knocking Sudbury down for that number 1 spot, and they were able to take care of business against KW. It was a 4-game series, and now nonetheless, I feel like this is one of their strongest competitions yet because they have not seen the Express since March. Whole lot of changes since then.
And I mean, I'd say, starting with the Express first, I think you look at what they did to start this year is they had, I believe it's 6 returning players. A lot is said about that kind of continuity, and I think what we saw early on is sort of getting the rust off, so to speak. But as the season wore on, they picked it up. And with the only addition of Justin Moss, who is a veteran in this league, he's been a welcome addition and is fitting quite nicely. As far as the Lightning goes, this is a very different Lightning team that won the championship last year. I think even on the floor right now, I see one player in a championship squad last year, Jermaine Haley. And so, they've really come along and really have showed that they are a championship organization.
No doubt about it, as we get a foul on the play. But again, I told Drake so many times since the start of this season, it is remarkable to have most of your core from last year come right back, because we've seen players come and go in the NBLC. There would be one team one year, and then next season there'd be another team contending for the title. But Windsor has been consistent as far as their roster has been concerned.
Well, consistency on the floor and consistency in the broadcast booth there, Mr. Saunders.
Over 170 games here.
There you go.
171, but who's counting as Jermaine Haley goes inside to the basket.
I love it.
I don't know. Over these 8 years, I've seen a whole lot of players come and go. Remember last year, Xavier Moon got the nod to go to the NBA, and he came from the London Lightning. So I'm sure it was a great homecoming for him when he came back to the Lightning to be recognized a year ago. And then there's a handful of talent here that either played in the TBL or in the NBA G League too. Jakai Taylor's one of them. He played in the G League.
Well, I will tell you that the fingerprints of NBL Canada over the last 12 years, it's all over the place. We have players, individuals at the NBA level, the G League level, overseas. I'm quite proud to be a part of an organization that's created so many opportunities throughout the years.
And this is something that has been said over the years. The NBLC considered to be a launching pad for all of those careers as the free throw goes. It is down to a 1-point game. We're almost 2 minutes into the third quarter. Aaron Sanders, Drake DeMoore with the commissioner of NBLC. Audley Stevenson joining us for a few moments as Justin Moss cutting right inside and kisses it off the glass for two.
Again, Justin Moss, he is a veteran in this league. He knows how to get it done down low.
The Orangeville A's days, and I'll tell you, with him and Relayer Hollis Jefferson, part of the Orangeville A's, it caused a whole lot of trouble as the ball goes the other way.
Former Defensive Player of the Year, Mr. Jefferson.
And Latin Davis too hard on the glass, and it's back over to the Bolts. Kaplan had a red-hot hand in the second quarter. Overhead pass to Mike Nuga, who misses the three. One of the most talked about Canadians in the league this season, but that one doesn't go.
Mike Nuga's had an explosive year in the Canadian Player of the Year. Well-earned honor, for sure.
So here's Latin Davis, works it into Billy White. Trying to muscle down Merrick Isom. 7 to shoot. Almost lost control of the ball. Fakes once, twice, puts it in. Looking for the foul, but won't get it. Back comes Haley. Bounce pass over the Nuga. Nuga with a green light over Tanner Stuckman. That was a pretty move.
Very nice finish by Mr. Nuga.
White on the drive. In from the left. And he finds Moss. And he gets the foul.
Again, Moss has a great way of sealing his man down low. He takes up a lot of space. So when that entry pass comes in, it's right on the money and right into his shot. Every time.
He's had a couple of difficult games, especially in games 2 and 3, where he only got 15 points. Usually he would average around 23, 24 points per game, like in the first round against Sudbury. But it's been hard for him to get into a groove early in the game. But when the third and fourth quarter hits, he turns on the Jets, and there's no stopping him.
As a true veteran would.
And Moss knocks down number 1. If necessary, Game 5 will head to the Forest City tomorrow night, 7 p.m.
I'm sure you'll be in the house there in the event.
I wish, but I will be there in spirit.
There we go.
Jonathan Urban and John Van Hallingen will be on the call for that. John Van Hallingen, one of the longtime broadcasters of the NBLC, part of the Lightning's second championship run. Jonathan Urban, one of the greatest broadcasters in London, Ontario today as those free throws go. It's a 3-point game as Diego Kaplan firing it from the wing, and it bounces off the net.
A bit of a heat check. He had a great first half, so why not see how he's feeling.
Not a lot of an edge in the third quarter. He played for St. John's a few years ago, by the way.
And
it's thrown away by Mordi. Here he comes, and he has a mismatch off the 1-on-2, reverses, and he puts it in.
Hey, Drake, you can always count on Aaron for a little pun there to get the edge.
Apparently.
I'm surprised I haven't been punished yet, but nonetheless.
Dun, dun.
Myron Jackson down on the floor a little bit, was able to get up on his own accord. Meanwhile, Billy White pleading his case with 8:16 to go. There's one thing you want to count on when it comes down to Billy White and Drake. We talked about this before, his passion, his emotion for the game. But he has to be careful so he doesn't get a technical fouls, because he's pretty much the leader for the Windsor Express.
It's really about tempering your emotions, right? And so when you get in the game, you really want to be able to use them, let them fuel you, but not let them bubble over, if you know what I mean.
That's true. The Express need him, especially down the stretch. A 1-point game. We have a whistle. And it's going back to Windsor. Well, going back to London, rather, with 8:08 to go. And that will be Jackson's third foul. Jackson, the leading man for the Express in Game 3 with 30 points. Looking to repeat that performance as the Express have their season on the line. Haley with the finger roll. So Haley regains the lead for the Bolts. It is now 62-61, under 8 minutes to go. Haley now has 24 points. A dominant game from him. Jackson, way off. Mordi comes down with it. Cross court pass to Audie. Audie looking for options. And White slaps it out of bounds. Looking for the steal, but a little far beyond his reach.
Good look by Billy, but yes, of course. Sometimes we talked about his passion. We talked about his energy sometimes too. And that can get the best of you, but again, we still have a lot of time left in this game. It's going to be an exciting finish, guys. I mean, pretty unpredictable at this point.
Here's a rare situation. Both of these clubs are 23 of 54 from the field, 42.6%. And Jeremiah Mordi makes it 23 of 55 as he can't get that jumper to go. Back comes Billy White, battling the BC native Haley. In the key, Moss misses it. 7:07 to go. Haley on the bullet pass to Audie. Mordi telling him to run across. It's back to Haley. In and out dribble from Jeremiah Mordi. Beats Justin Moss off the dribble, but can't get the deuce. Back comes Latin Davis in the Windsor Express. And quick foul from Jermaine Haley. Smart foul, because once he bolts right down to the lane, that spells trouble. And again, both of these clubs shooting 23 of 55.
Of course they are in a game that's with all the marbles. I mean, you know, why not be tight and competitive the way it's been thus far?
And especially on the Windsor Express side, we talked about how they've been making these smart plays, smart choices in their shots as well. Definitely contributing towards that.
Nuga slaps the ball out of bounds, so we'll stay with Windsor. Off the glass, the Express with a plus 12, 36-24, and 14 of those 36 rebounds again coming from the O glass. And we got a foul down low.
Justin Moss doing what he can to muscle that ball into the basket.
Doing what he does best. No matter how it can get done, you know that he will muscle his way through to get the job done.
Well, it's one thing to muscle through, but you have to be careful of how you muscle through, or else you'll be called for a foul. There's a total of 30 fouls in this game. Windsor with 16 of them, and they have 3 team fouls at the moment. London with 4. These teams may go in the bonus soon enough as Moss ties it up. Moss has played with tremendous NBLC greats over the years. An Orangeville A uniform and a Kitchener-Waterloo Titan uniform, as he's able to bring the Express right back up 1. Almost 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. Aaron Sanders, Drake DeMore, and Audley Stevenson, commissioner in the house. Haley, bullet pass almost taken away. Nuga saves it, 10 to shoot. Nuga driving by in from the right. 3 to shoot. Here's Audie from outside. Can't get it, and the Express will leave it alone.
Broken play there. Mike Nuga had to scramble over before what became an over and back. And you know, you thought, I tell you, when Marcus Audie launched, I thought it was a pretty good-looking shot.
Well, we've seen plenty of good shots from that same spot from the Express early in the first half, with Myron Jackson lighting it up like gangbusters. So now the Express get the ball back. Remember, Lightning with 2 fouls to give, the Express with only 3.
And of course, it's a one-point game.
The slimmest of all possible leads. Billy White trying to back down Scary Terry. Bounce pass, a risky one too. Justin Moss through the fray, and Stuckman saves it. Shot clock winding down. Billy White from Amherstburg can't get it to go. And Cameron Lard is there for the rebound. Jeremiah Mordi bolting up the floor, and Moss pokes it away. Here's Billy White, and he's all alone. But there's a foul on the play.
It's like we're going a clear path foul. So let's give a shout out to Justin Moss, who stuck with the play. You know, if I'm a London Lightning ball handler coming to the floor, my teammate's supposed to let me know who's coming up behind me. I can't see that. I don't got eyes behind my back. Right?
Indeed. Audley, appreciate your time here as we go into this media timeout. Audley Stevenson, the commissioner of the NBLC. The Express up 1, and we'll take a break.
I got a trick to liven up your lunch break. Leave that food at home and just come to Subway.
What you need, Subway ready, Beyond Meatball wraps, plenty seasoned turkey, steak, chicken, grilling in this great kitchen.
Okay, Subway ain't no ordinary wraps, huh?
Meatballs don't grow on trees. Or do they? Beyond Meatballs are now at Subway, so you can enjoy plant-based meatballs with no compromise on taste. Try them on the Beyond Meatball Marinara Sub. The new Beyond Meatballs are only at Subway.
.44 to go. The Express up 1. Billy White was met with contact, a clear path foul. And trust me, if the Lightning didn't foul him, we would have seen another throwdown.
No doubt about that.
And Billy White can't get it to go. The free throw woes continue for the Express.
And this is why the London Lightning go for that foul.
They know he's been having trouble there. Splits the pair. So it's a 2-point game, 5:44 to go. Lightning down to their last foul to give of the quarter. The Express still have 3 to give.
And they get the ball back.
Tanner Stuckman, the trigger man. Very active in the first quarter, silent in the second. We'll see if he'll be able to turn the Jets on here in the third quarter. Billy White tight-roading the baseline, and he sends it over to Stuckman right on cue for the 3.
Out there, he's ready to go.
So it's a 5-point game. London with the ball. John Kuch in the lineup.
And the Lightning's answer to Tanner Stuckman.
Yeah, this is something we talked about at the beginning stages of the game. If he's involved, as White blocks his former teammate Terry Thomas, it's taken back by Haley. And they'll put him to the line. The bottom line for the Windsor Express right now to stop Jermaine Haley. 24, 6, and 5. That's his stat line right now.
Again, we still have 17 minutes of play. Over 17 minutes of play here. That is crazy feat. And from here, we could see him take a different role, or we could see him continue to lay down the daggers that he has as he drops one of his 2 free throws here.
Jermaine Haley would love to take that title back to BC, Vancouver, BC, of all places. Same with Doug Plum. We mentioned at the top of the telecast, both Plum and Haley from British Columbia. A little bit of a medical timeout, a cut.
Tending to Jermaine's hand. His hand's pounded out by the ref as well.
It looks like he will check out, and Diego Kaplan will take his place. Usually there's no substitutions until the free throws are made or the dead ball. But when it comes to a medical timeout like that,
it's best not to take the chances, so they are able to allow the substitution
from both sides.
Indeed. So Billy White is jogging right down to the other end of the floor.
But Aaron, we talked about Jermaine Haley and trying to shut him down. Now taking his spot, at least in this shot, is Diego Kaplan, another guy that we talked about that has been having quite the night. So to be replaced with a player like this, it's still a lot of work for the Windsor Express to do.
Well, still a good move from Doug Plum.
100%, exactly, yeah.
Because Diego now has 9 points of the night, 3 of 8 from the field, and knocked down his first free throw, 5:09 to go.
A strategic move by Doug Plum and the London Lightning, but the Windsor Express better be aware of that.
Because again, this is a player that averages 10 points per game. Jermaine Haley, all good to go. And he will come back on the next dead ball. Jackson deep. Behind the back on Kaplan. Jackson driving, spins around. And Jonkuch was there to meet him. Terry Thomas, the leading man for the Lightning a few nights ago. Mordi guarded by Jackson. Mordi spins around, fires away, yes! And the foul. A chance to tie it up once again. And Jackson throwing his hands up in disbelief. And this is the exact situation where we saw the Windsor Express collapse after being up by 4 points at halftime and being up by as much as 12 or 13. We are tied at 67. So the Express, despite the tie game, they are in a proverbial hole here in game 4. Davis, oh, what a handle. What a shot. Turn Diego Kaplan's ankles into pretzels as they are right back up ahead.
Get him some soda. It's dry out here.
Oh, mercy. Fakes once, twice. Kaplan trying to answer back. He can't. And Jamiron Jackson thought he had the ball, but was last touched by Marek Isom in the Lightning. And Billy White will inbound it. You mentioned before, it's a mixture of London and Windsor fans too. Their owner Vito Frigia in the house, longtime fan George Gedropoulos. And for Windsor, plenty of fans like Christine Wilson, who's been with the team since day one. 10 to shoot. Jackson driving, streaking, teardrop, good. Will they count it? Oh, you best believe they will. The basket goes. And that's going to be another chance for Jackson to expand the lead. Back to the free throws. The Express are 10 to 19. That equals to almost 53%. London shooting 80%. Three-point play completed. 5-point game. And with that, Jamiron Jackson has 22. There's a three. It is off the mark. Bodies hit the floor. Another chance. Here's Isom. And he misses again. Back tapped by Jamiron Jackson, of all people. Latin Davis to White. To Stuckman, up and in. Whoa. How tough do you have to be to outwit Tanner Stuckman in that outstretched arm of his?
And it wasn't accomplished that time.
It's not an easy task. Here's Jermaine Haley with the ball. He has 25. Over to Mordi. Isom, spin move, and the finish. What a pretty play. Plenty of pretty plays here in game 4. A lot on the line for both of these teams. White in trouble and can't get the jumper. The pass to Nuga. Nuga. And that's going to be a foul on Latin Davis, who took a big hit.
But so did Billy White, too, who's on the other end of the floor. And Tanner Stuckman cleaning up the damage. That's Jamiron's 5th foul, so that spells a lot of trouble for the Windsor Express, their leading scorer. So if you're Coach Bill Jones, you have a decision to make. Either keep Jackson in the risk that he may get disqualified off the next foul, or you sub him in.
14 minutes still to play here. The Express going into the bonus, though, with this, as well as London with their next. But I would suggest if I had any say in this, to get Jamiron Jackson off, try to save him for that fourth quarter as much as we can. It's still too tight of a game.
Well, he's still on the floor right now. Same with Nick Garth and Latin Davis. That's the backcourt for Windsor. But here's the question: is when you take Jackson out, who do you fill in that void? Maybe add Hamaleda, or
just gonna say,
or maybe give Jakai Taylor a couple of minutes.
Jakai was on for the last 16 seconds of the second quarter, I believe it was. Yeah, either would be a great addition.
Nuga with the first. London fighting for a championship. However, if Windsor wins, this series goes back to London for the final game of the finals tomorrow night. Free throws no good. Billy White skies down through everybody and gets that rebound, and an early foul will put London over the limit. Jeremiah Mordi with the foul. Aren't things getting tense here in Windsor?
Rightfully so. A lot on the line, Aaron.
The biggest understatement of the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Billy White at the line, who's been struggling lately. Exit 75-70. Billy White also been struggling from scoring. He has 7 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 of 11 from the field tonight. Makes good on both. 2-possession game, 2:34 to go. So Jason Calise will be, yep. So he has the onus of filling in for Jamiron Jackson. So along with Garth, Stuckman, Davis, and White, that's the 5 for the Express. Here's Isom, catch and shoot, and he delivers. Another guy you don't want to start attacking. That's 17 points for him. 2 of 6 from downtown. Stuckman will try again. That was a long 2 even if it went. John Kutch with the rebound. And he has yet to score, but he was able to get 3 rebounds. Just past to Audie. And this is the assignment we've been looking for. John Kutch and White. 7 to shoot. Haley on the bounce. Tight ropes a sideline, and he gets the easy 2 to go, putting Billy White off his feet off that nice spin move.
Good with the spin moves or the bolts.
Plenty of them here tonight. Police looking for the green light. Defers it to White instead as he attacks the basket. Goes to Stuckman, and he pokes it right out of there, and John Kutch was there to pick it up. Under 90 seconds here in quarter number 3. Haley off the glass and in. And it regains the lead for London. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Windsor bounce back in these 1 minute and 10 seconds along with the fourth quarter coming up.
See them trying to control the pace here. Latin Davis for that 3. We haven't seen him take many, and it's no good.
Not much. At the moment, even though it's a 1-point game, Windsor still outscoring the Lightning 26-25. But it was that 36-24 second quarter from London that gave them that lead. Let's see if they'll be able to expand that. And they do, with Jermaine Haley getting it up and in.
Jermaine Haley, a firecracker, a potential finals MVP. He now has 31 points here in the game. Wow. And he's looking to go 5 of 7 from the line with 44 seconds left. So that brings Claiborne into the game as Tanner Stuckman's in foul trouble. Jackson, Moss, and Stuckman in foul trouble with 4 each. So Jermaine Haley at the line. 75% free throw shooter coming into today. Averages 15 points. You best believe he doubled that tonight. They have reached the 80-point mark and have a 4-point lead. 43 seconds to go. Lots on the line. Still a quarter to go. We're in Windsor. Garth for 3. We didn't see much of that from Nick Garth a few nights ago, making do for that. Haley swallowed up, and that will put him back to the line where he has been cozy over the last little while.
Yeah, that's not where the Express wanted him to be, that's for sure. Talked about the free throws at halftime, Aaron, and little improvement for the Windsor Express, but an explosion from the London Lightning. Although he misses that one.
I don't think Doug Plump minds the one miss.
Looks like he wasn't even trying.
And that goes back to a 2-point game with the 4th quarter coming up. Final home game of the Windsor Express in 2023. They want to end it on a high note. And on top of that, send this series back to London. Final shot and final 9 seconds for the Express here in the 3rd. Davis to Claiborne. Claiborne over Lard, and it goes.
Exactly 1 second left.
Not a moment too soon as Claiborne gets himself on the board. We've mentioned time and time again, Claiborne has been significantly well from the free throw line in the regular season, but in the postseason, not that much. Until now. We are tied at 82, a second to go. And Nuga will just hold on, and that will bring the 3rd quarter to a close. And that means we are in for a thrilling finish here at the WFCU Center, knotted up at 82. Come back and join us for the 4th quarter as Windsor Express playoff basketball in the 2023 finals continues on NBLC TV. This is going to be huge for both of these clubs. Coming right down to the wire, Drake. Couldn't ask for a better moment.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is quite the finish that we're going to see no matter what. 82, tied at 82 going into the fourth quarter here. Aaron, we got 12 minutes to play, but as we know, it only takes one shot, one opportunity. We've seen it come down to one just in game one, actually. And hey, you want to seize everything you've ever wanted? This is your moment.
Big time. As we are underway here in the fourth quarter, London with the ball.
Great ball movement by London, but that's no good. And poked out.
So it'll be Windsor ball to start things out. Tied up at 82. So pretty much both of these clubs working off a 0-0.
Nick game.
Yeah, exactly. Nick Garth with the ball to Billy White. Does he have enough fresh legs in him to spur the Express to victory? Claiborne in trouble, swallowed up, tie up. Express ball.
We haven't seen a lot of William Claiborne in this game and in the postseason in general. But right, it looks like now is his time with Jamire Jackson in foul trouble. They will have to make some adaptive changes. And at the end of that third, obviously, he put up some good points for us.
Straight to Claiborne.
And we see him do it again. He talked about how he's been good at the line, but we also talk a lot about how good he is down low in the paint.
Just been dominant.
Yeah, just
haven't had enough minutes in the postseason, quite frankly, but he makes good of it when he's on the floor.
Absolutely.
Haley over Claiborne. Look out as John Kutch hits the floor, and Garth able to get him up. Well, sportsmanship. I always say when I announce sports here in Windsor, there are plenty of good sports out there, so you be one too.
Right. That's what it's all about, though, man. That's what it all comes down to.
Matter of fact, I've said that so many times. Working at St. Clair College during my college days, too, to wrap up the newscast.
Oh, and London throws it away. It's going to Windsor. Now, my question is, why would you attempt to pass the ball when somebody's tight-roping the baseline?
Very strange, and at this time in the game as well. I mean, that was only going one direction, and if it wasn't, then it was going to be quite the steal, or the save, I should say.
Just one mistake early on in the fourth quarter, and they were able to redeem on that. It's taken away by Nuga. Here's Jermaine Haley. Haley over White, and he gets the foul. So Jermaine Haley still on the floor after that take. And it looks like he was just taking a break.
Yeah. Looked like he would be okay, although he was down there for a bit.
And as tight as the game it is, again, we're seeing that great sportsmanship. We know that's a foul on Billy White. So Justin Moss is back on the floor. A big situation. I remember saying a while back, the Express have to beef up their roster to throw off London's lineup. And it looks like they're doing just that. Justin Moss on the floor. And now Jermaine Haley at the line.
Haley misses the first free throw. That makes him 70% from the line. That's not bad.
Not bad at all, but again, just a little bit of a different night for him at the line.
But a big night for him in the field goal. It's 34 points.
He's making up for it for sure.
He may be on pace for a 40-point performance.
Unbelievable.
Well, he makes it 35. So it's going to be back to London after that foul. 14 seconds on the shot clock as Nuga throws it in. 1-point game. Windsor ahead. Season on the line. Haley Jr. over White. And that's all that needs to be done if you're the London Lightning. Just continue to apply some damage right down to the basket. Let's see if Billy White will answer back. It's over to Garth. And that is off. And Nuga takes it away again. Nuga driving past Jason Colise, misses the easy layup. Cross-court pass to Davis. Colise had his right side open, and he's open for the three. That's no good.
They decide to play on. Doug Plum was looking for a timeout. But that's not going to happen at the moment. His team up 1. Championship on the line. Crowd on its feet here in Windsor. Ice them for 3. That is short. Both of these clubs shooting threes at the unfortunate time. Oh, Davis drawing the foul, but it will stay on the floor. He was smart enough to try to get it off, but that was way after the whistle. And now Doug Plum will take that timeout. His team up 1. That's the London Lightning. The team trailing, that's the Windsor Express. The score, 85-84 on NBLC TV. London up 1 with 9:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Drake, the biggest factor in these next 9 minutes and 29 seconds is to stop Jermaine Haley, who is on the precipice of an NBL Canada Finals record.
Absolutely, courtesy of Commissioner Ollie Stevenson. 37 points in this game. He is just 7 points away from tying the all-time record. Desmond Lee in 2019 with 43 points for St. John's. 43 points is a big feat to accomplish, but he's only 7 points away from that.
Well, here's Moss with Davis. Incidentally, that matchup with St. John's and Moncton, the one player that witnessed that performance was Billy White, who was part of Moncton's team. Moss gets it back and puts it in.
We were just talking about Moss, that sneaky double-double tonight. He continues to tack it on.
Championship on the line, season on the line. Billy White. And that's going to be a foul on Windsor. And whoa, I tell you, Billy White is not happy. Moss with his 5th foul. Now it's a crucial situation.
Indeed. Every moment is crucial here at this point, as the shootout has been going on for some time, Aaron. Back and forth between these two teams.
Well, it's incredible here in the NBL Canada Finals where it matters the most. Jermaine Haley with the ball. And it's taken away. So back comes Latin Davis on the Express. Easy 2 for Davis.
Indeed, with that speed, too. He could be so fast, and tonight he's got the jets turned on.
Former player of the Lansing Pharaohs, making it work on both ends of the floor. Haley going for 39. Can't get it. Back tap, not working. And Davis comes out with the rebound and immediately a foul. And London has to take that foul knowing that their big man was down for a second.
Well, we talked about way back into the first quarter, Aaron. Their bigs not really being there. Now their bigs are at the forefront, and we kind of talked about that again. Okay, so if we shut him down, who is going to step up for them? They still got guys like Diego Kaplan, as we mentioned.
What about Kurt Jonkuch?
Exactly. The list goes on and on, but aside from their bigs, they still have a scary roster.
Stuckman back into the game in a big situation. Leading scorer for the game, Haley with 37. Justin Moss leading Windsor with 22 with a double-double. A
around the world. Billy White. White. Here's Stuckman.
Oh.
Blocked by Isom. And they take it away. Isom all alone, and he stuffs it. What a block from Isom. Taking care of both ends of the floor. If you're Doug Plum, you couldn't be any prouder.
That's exactly what you got to do. You got to be that master lock defense, as you talked about before. They're just applying that pressure as tight as possible.
Khalees, side, yes. So they're able to redeem themselves off of that one.
Yep. Still a 3-point lead here.
Nuga looking for the tie. Overhead to Kaplan. Here's Haley. Back to Kaplan. That's a 3. That's off the top. And a foul on Nuga. Khalees was the one to hold it down, but Nuga was the one that got the foul. 7:19 and counting. Only number 2 for Nuga.
With the night he's having, that is incredibly impressive, too.
Not a bad look for Mike Nuga, the Canadian Player of the Year.
Again, another presence that can be intangible at times, putting up 9 points so far tonight, 3 rebounds, but he's just been all over the court. He's been carrying that ball, moving that ball for the Lightning so well. Such an impressive, imposing, and Doug Plum is really animated right now. I'm not sure what he is upset about, but stepping onto the court, his assistant coach had to pull him back.
Oh, he's making a flurry of changes right now. John Kutch into the game. Good decision. And Billy White will dance with him. Davis on the bounce. Cutting in right side. Shot. No good. And Nuga takes it down. Almost halfway into the fourth quarter, a crucial fourth quarter. Windsor looking to stay alive this season. London looking to end things here in Windsor. Nuga, that's a 3. And it's no good. Billy White slowing things down. Gets the ball back. 12 seconds on the 24. White gets the move on John Kutch, and he puts it in.
What a shot from Billy White. That is not easy to do. Behind and over his own head, off the board and in.
He just applied enough footwork on John Kutch to just blow by him and get that tough shot to go. 5-point game. And Mordi trying to save it, but Khalees is there to steal it. This time Davis has it, telling Billy White to go ahead. And he will do just that. But can't get it. John Kutch drops it. And we've seen this time and time again in this finals series. Now Cameron Lard checks in. And Cameron Lard, subtract his points for a moment. He's been a presence that has been known for a long time. We'll talk more about Cameron Lard in just a moment as we take a media timeout with the score. The Windsor Express 92, the London Lightning 87.
The new deluxe pizza sub from Subway. Tasty pizza bread filled with your favorite pizza toppings. Don't forget the napkins. Dig in to Subway's new deluxe pizza sub today. Well, Drake, we mentioned
so much emotion and passion that's brought into this game. We know what's on the line here, but I don't think anyone's been more passionate in these last few minutes than the coach of the Bolts, Doug Plum.
Incredibly animated. I mean, just sometimes you need that fire underneath you as well, right? If you're the London Lightning, they're looking at their coach and seeing him getting a little bit hot, a little bit angry at them. That could make them work better in a sense, right? That being said, I mean, could go the other way as well. The Windsor Express realizing that they have them in their sights. They have a small lead right now with 5 minutes to go. With this momentum, they need to continue forward with exactly this.
Despite having a rocky second quarter, things have been working for the Express. Jackson goes for the three. That is too strong. Remember, the Windsor Express were outscored by London 36-24 in the second quarter. Lard gets it to go. It counts.
Now White, foul trouble, 4 fouls. And again, the Express have to be careful on their fouling situation. Moss with 5. And they're down to their last 2 fouls to give in the game. And Lard knocks that one down. You heard that one, and it definitely went down. What a game we've had here. Tension, the emotion, the resiliency.
An all-time high.
And Khalees can't get that one to go.
That was cannot be Khalees to 3. But, Aaron, we are, again, at all-time high here. No matter what, we know it's the last game of the WSU this year, and what a way to end it off. Mike Nuga tying the game at 92. 10 points each so far this quarter, Aaron.
Well, here we go again with this back-and-forth contest. Here's Davis. The WFCU Center faithful hopes that the Express extends their season. That's going to be a foul on Isom. And Isom down to his last foul. 4:27 left. Both of these clubs shooting 42%. The Express have the edge from downtown. However, the edge have gone to the Bolts side as far as the charity stripe is concerned. Down to 7 to shoot. Here's Davis. Got it. So Letton Davis continue to knock it down. And Jamyron Jackson is there to foul. That's 5 on him. And he is visibly unhappy with that. And that's going to be trouble for the Express, not only because of that, but Diego Kaplan checking back in, Drake, and he has 9 points, 4 boards, and 3 dimes. Almost 4 minutes to go as Kaplan throws it in. Jackson has to be careful. It's down to his last foul. Mordi gets the inbound. Haley. 3 goes in and out. Jackson almost had the rebound but lost it. Moss has to be careful. He has 5-2. Mordi diving in, and Khalees almost took it away, and Moss throws it away. Heartbreak city for Bill Jones and the Express. Probably telling his team to tighten up and hold on to the ball and look forward so you know who you're passing it to. Those kind of broken plays can make or break you. But the Lightning get the ball back just under 4 minutes. Kaplan on the floor along with Lard, Nuga, Haley, and Mordi. Haley, the leading man, with 37. Justin Moss leading the Express with 22 points and a double-double. 11 boards along with him. Mordi driving over Khalees, looking for the foul. The ball ping-pongs over everybody, and Letton Davis holds it down. Oh, yeah, I know. Intense. Who's going to hold it down?
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in this building paid for that full seat, but they only needed the edge today.
That's right. Here's Davis, another three. That's too strong. Moss gets the rebound. And Nuga, did he step on the bounds? Yes, he did. So the Express get bailed out once again. Thank goodness for Justin Moss to hold his ground and form a wall in front of Mike Nuga, so he'd be the last one to touch it. Oh, baby. Davis to throw in. Easy pass to Moss. Moss going to work. Blocked again by Lard. Lard at large off of that play.
Just 7 seconds on the shot clock, though, Aaron.
A little bit of a take two here. Overhead pass this time to Jackson. Jackson lost control. Goes for the three, and it's going the other way. Oh, my gracious. And if that's a foul on Jamyron Jackson, that's going to be a big difference maker.
Assuming it is, but...
No, it's going to be on Justin Moss. That's it for him. That is a huge hole to fill if you're the Windsor Express. Big opportunity for the London Lightning.
Well, Tanner Suckman checks in for Justin Moss.
Big shoes to fill. Ice him in back into the game. So with Justin Moss out for the game, it's all going to rely on the shoulders of the Express. They do not want to see their season come to an end, and they get justice. The ball goes back to them.
A good break. That's exactly what they need right now. That's going to be a long 3 minutes, Aaron. Both physically and just emotionally, I guess you could say.
I tell you, if there's one thing the world of sports have taught me, 3 minutes doesn't go fast. It goes a long way. We'll see how both of these clubs compose themselves. Big stage in the game. Can you sense it? Kalist in trouble. Got bailed out. 7 to shoot. Davis on the bounce. Puts it up. Off the mark. Stuckman in trouble. And he draws the foul. Right side, the Express are going to the line. Bad side of it, they're almost 61% from the free throw line, and they have missed 9 so far. London has only missed 5. That's 78%. And Lard, after a quick break, checks back in. Ball goes into Stuckman, who has 13.6 rebounds his first trip at the line. .92 is the score, and Doug Plum wanted a timeout, and he's still not getting it. They play on. Jermaine Haley's asking somebody get open. That guy is Mordi. Finds Kaplan. That's a 3 from the corner. That's off the top. Back tap over to Kalist.
And once again, Latin Davis with the hand up says we're going to slow this thing down. Try to drown out as much of that 24 seconds as you can.
And with 2:10 to go, that still draws up a lot of time for any team to make advantage. Stuckman, 4-3.
Tanner Stuckman, baby. For a man who had to earn his spot on this team last year, is now potentially their saving grace, putting them to the 100 mark. Biggest lead in some time for the Windsor Express.
Now, this is an interesting situation. This is something that I've seen so many times. The Windsor Express back into it. The bench very excited, but they need to hold on a second. There's 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. We'll catch our breaths. You listen to Brad Bondi of Brad Bondi Real Estate Team. Hype this crowd up, and we'll see you on the other side of this timeout. crowd's back into it. The question is, will the Express stay with it? They're up 8 with 2:04 to go here in the fourth quarter, game number 4. And boy, the crowd is into it and they're going crazy. 2 minutes to go, easy basket. That's an easy basket for Mike Nuga. Back to a 2-possession game, a situation that the London Lightning love to be in on the precipice of a comeback. Windsor, on the other hand, wants to force a game 5. They want to go back on the bus, head on the road, and they throw it away. Here's Haley looking for 39, and he got it. That is a costly mistake from the Windsor Express. Seen it time and time again here in 2023. Will it come back to haunt them as they are now up 4? White on the drive, fires it up. That's off the mark. Davis saves it, regains possession. Jackson from downtown, no. It's back tap Jackson again. Jackson puts it in. Both clubs with no fouls to give. 6-point game. And that's going to be on Davis. With that, that puts the Express over the limit the rest of the way. Billy White, a heck of a performance, to say the least. He is an assist away from getting NBL's first playoff triple-double since his former teammate Tyrone Watson back in 2018, 26, 13, and 10. At the moment, he has 10, 10, and 9. London at the line. And Jeremiah Mordi, no stranger to the foul line. He shoots 87% from there, of course. Can't get that one to go. Put back, no good from Haley. My gracious. Loose ball on the floor. Goes to Windsor.
Another crazy sequence there on the floor, Aaron.
The Lightning stayed frozen off of that opportunity. They thought Haley had it.
Thought it was a for sure.
A 50-50 ball.
Might have been an easy tap in, but no. And that brings us to just now under 1 minute remaining in this game.
Buckle up, baby. You're in for a good one. Under a minute. Will the title be presented to the Lightning, or will the Express wrap it up and bring it back to London tomorrow? White push. That's going to be offensive foul, and rightfully so, as he put a little too much of his body right there on the way to the basket. So that's going to be White's 5th foul, and Doug Plum will take a timeout. Well, Drake, 42.9 seconds to go. 5-point game. Lots of time to make up that deficit. But I think if you're the London Lightning right now, it's time to go for a 3 or hope Jermaine Haley is open, backdoor cut, and get room for the easy 2.
No doubt about it. There's still enough time for them to do that, regain possession, and look to tie this thing up or take the lead. Now, that being said, for the Windsor Express, they've found a way. They found a way to make this work. And even without some of their bigs, now with Justin Moss being out, Billy White looking in trouble, and same with Jamire Jackson, they both have to play very, very smart. So they have an even bigger task at hand with 42 seconds, 5-point lead. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a tight one. And no matter what, Aaron, we said before, this is our last game at the WSU this season, this playoff for the Windsor Express, and we're getting an exciting one, to say the least.
You know what this moment reminds me of? It reminds me of Game 3 last season against London. It was pretty much a similar situation to this. Crowd's getting into its feet. But keep in mind, London has the ball. And on top of that, Windsor has outscored London 20-15 into this quarter. Believe it or not, if London ties it up, they'll be back to 0-0, 20 points apiece for this team. Now we'll see how this plays out. Adams to inbound, straight to Nuga. Nuga inside for 2, and he misses that one. Latin Davis fouled by Mordi. The Express looking for extra room, just like a cramped up house with no space in the basement just looking for extra room.
Looking for a corner or somewhere to be comfortable. Anything that will work for him.
What is comfortability when it comes to the heat of the moment like this? 35 and 4/10 seconds to go.
Probably more than 6 points.
In and out. Latin Davis's first trip to the line with 12 points. And we hear a little bit of worry from the fans. 103-97. And the Lightning push on. Mordi goes in for two, and Latin Davis is flabbergasted. It is a 4-point game with exactly 30 seconds to go. Full court pressure applied by the Bolts. It's into Calise, and Calise has no choice but the foul. Oh, Latin Davis was wishing for that foul from Jeremiah Mordi.
Yep.
Did not get it. So London aware that the Express haven't been faring well from the line. 63%, 17 of 27. Free throws are in their favor. Yet, one of the interesting things, the Express +8 on the boards. Out rebounding the Lightning again. Leafs gets it to go.
One of those categories are going to be the difference maker. If it's not the rebounds, it could be the free throws here, as we've seen and as we said at halftime. And Jason Calise is a guy who does it well.
Got them both. 2-possession game now.
30 seconds.
Mordi almost lost control of the ball. Same spot where Billy White lost it on Tuesday. Mordi, quick three. It's no good, but he's going to the line for three. Oh my. What a tough decision. What an intense moment. So 21.3 seconds to go. Shot clock no longer a factor. Mordi at the line.
So even if Mordi makes all three of these, Aaron, assuming that the Windsor Express get the ball, get the possession following this, they need to hold it up for 20 seconds, and he misses the first one. The clock shot will be turned off, and it'll be in their hands. The game will be in their hands.
A little bit of breathing room now for the Express. Got that one. Back to a 5-point game. London not letting up on the full court pressure, obviously.
You know that they're going to look for a foul as soon as possible as well.
Oh, Davis with a little bump on Nuga, and Nuga fouls him.
It's going to be a long 20 seconds here.
Well, now they're even with Latin Davis bumping into Nuga, trying to break free for the open pass. But now Latin Davis have to be calm, cool, and collected at this trip down with 19 seconds. Misses that one, and now it's back in the hands of the Lightning. Haley from deep. That's off the top and out of bounds. Windsor ball with 13.3 seconds left. London has to play its best defense of the season here, and a foul on Lance Adams. So if Davis is able to knock these two down, this could be the coup de grace that the Express need to take this back to Game 5.
And Latin Davis seems to be the guy that is returning to the line time and time again.
Crowd silent, but that works. 107 to 100. We'll let the crowd tell you what happens. Took a little while, but it went in. And that, my friends, will do it. Loose ball on the floor. Davis takes it away. Davis got it stripped away with 4.5 seconds to go. Well, back to the line we go. Stop me if you heard this one, folks. This place has gone bananas.
Banana land.
Oh, they sent a game 5. Davis knocks down the first one. Here's Davis again. Bullseye. 110 to 100. 4.5 seconds ago. And folks, we are going to the limit. Haley knocks it down. It doesn't matter. This game is over. The Windsor Express found a way to come back and win it here in Game 4, their final home game of the year. 110 to 102. London, here they come. We will pause for our final NBLC TV post-game report of the year, and we'll have that next on NBLC TV.